Hello, I'm Joseph Simone, founder of Key Fighting Concepts. We're at the Wind and Rock Training Facility in Chelan, Washington. This is volume 2 of our series. A quick recap. What we do as part of our curriculum in Key Fighting Concepts is we integrate traditional martial arts, MMA training perspectives, and reality-based martial arts finality. We feel, or at least I do, that any martial art that you're training each one of those aspects should be represented in your daily and/or weekly training. We want to reduce complexity. In other words, we want to take the same motor skills, muscle memory, and make it as functional for as many applicable situations as possible, whether it be empty hand, with a blade or a stick, standing up on the ground, and/or with multiple opponents. What we're going to do again in this DVD is we're going to show a traditional movement, show you how it's built, and then we're going to show some inherent, in my opinion, weaknesses of it. We're going to make some adjustments by utilizing upper and lower arc, inside, outside line, and we're going to show you how to improve on traditional movements, showing how they can be represented and or utilized in an MMA format, and then we're going to use it with blade and stick for reality-based martial arts. That being said, let's get started. With my partner, Adi Hernandez. We're going to start with a bong sao. Now, bong sao means wing hand. It comes from Wing Chun. Traditionally, I may do a bong sao similar to this. Left hand is the bong. This is the Wu hand. This is protection, goat riding stance, yielding, getting away. Let me demonstrate with Adi. As Adi steps in and gives me a right punch, boom, this is the bong sao. If she punches hard and fast, boom, it can be very effective on how to deal with that right punch. Slower, I'm yielding and getting out of the way, similar to what we expressed in volume 1 on brush, grab, strike, and zoning to zero pressure. I'm yielding, blocking off my center line. This now becomes a deflection. A common attribute and or training method off the bong sao is to utilize a lop sao and a backhand strike. If you're in Wing Chun, you know exactly what I mean. Right punch. Bong, lop, backhand. This also could be turned into a drill. Every drill, you could extract techniques from it, and most likely techniques can be extended into drills. Right punch, bong, lop, backhand, Adi counters me and catches it. And now this becomes a sensitivity drill with attachment and or adherence near our elbow. We can switch sides and come around to here and flow. I backhand her, she counters. She backhands, back and forth. This is a drill from bong sao. Now, what I don't like about it, talking about the strength and weak points of our lower art. Remember, in Key Fighting Concepts, everything we do, we talk about the upper art from the waist up, lower art from the waist down. Also, inside, outside line. When Adi's giving me a right punch, I'm yielding and going to the outside. That would be my preference. If she were to give me a left punch and I went to the inside, while I'm dealing with this, I'm very vulnerable to her right hand attack. So I would definitely want to stay away from that. Moving on. What's good about this, I'm getting out of the way, deflecting their energy, creating a new center line here, but look at my stance. I have a weak point in front of me and I have a weak point in back of me. Refer to volume 1 for more detail on that. Right punch. From here, I go to lop sao right to here, but my weak point, I am vulnerable to an attack off the center line from Adi to me onto my weak point. So the whole idea of bonging, lopping, backhand, initially it works, but the minute I come here, she follows up, boom, I'm in a weak position. So I don't want to do that, so I'm going to change my footwork as I did in the brush, grab, strike, and or Filipino expression of the footwork. So when she punches me, now I'm going to jam into her. So now my weak points are to my sides, my strength are front and back, driving into my opponent. I don't have the ability to yield and or deflect. It's more of a jamming, but it's interrupting. And because of the angulation of my arm and or anatomical structure, she cannot break it. So she punches me, I'm jamming and lopping and hitting, and like brush, grab, strike, we can go off into figure fours. We're going to get to that in detail in a minute. Now, she punches me, I jam forward, and then I lop and I hit. So far it looks good. We're taking a traditional movement, but we're modifying it to make up for the weak point application of the lower art. So now I've changed that by moving directly into her. Now there's something else inherently wrong. Just like in brush, grab, strike, Addie gives me a left punch, and I went brush, grab, strike. Nobody's really going to leave their punch out there. She's really going to brush and pull her hand back. Okay, she gives me a right punch. Brush, I go into the origin of where the punch comes from, because they're not going to leave their arm out there, as we went over in great detail in volume 1. Same thing applies here. We're giving you a template, or what I call conceptual lensing. She gives me the right punch. I'm here, lopsaw backhand. It looks good on paper, but once again, nobody's going to leave their arm out there. There's nothing to grab. So, that in mind, I've changed my stance to compensate for the weak point, and now I'm going to change how I deal with collecting their arm. Because even if I jam here, she's already pulled it back, and there's nothing for me to grab, hit and pull back. I blocked the punch, but the grab strike doesn't work. Yes, this could be a claw and a backhand, possibly, but I want control of that limb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the arm where it's going to end up. I know where it's going to end up, right where it started. As she punches, I jam in and come in and grab it right from there because I have a trap, and then I can do the backhand from there. Another thing wrong. She gives me a right punch. This hand back here, this Wu hand, is supposedly to be able to pick up oncoming attacks. It's kind of like a safety valve. Well, I don't have really enough time to utilize that in my favor because I don't have enough distance. What I mean is, she punches me, she punches with the left hand. I have to react very, very quickly with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my Wu hand to my arm and create what I call a supported bong here. I'm driving in. Now I have a power base. This power base is relevant to an attachment, or what I call a supported attitude, what I derive from Penjak Silat Sarak. So when we talked about in volume 1, if you haven't seen it, it's okay, I'm going to cover it enough here, that it's a seamless transitional integration from range, empty hand, blade, stick, and so on, and then from traditional MMA and reality-based martial arts. But it's also art within the arts. So now I'm doing Wing Chun, but I'm modifying the footwork. Now I'm relying on or extracting essential elements of Sarak, an Indonesian art, and attaching it literally and metaphorically to the Bangsa, which is Wing Chun. So seamless transitional integration is range, multiple opponents, different arts and applications, empty-handed weaponry, and art to art. She gives me a right punch. Now I'm going to jam right into her here. And now I've got control of that arm, and then here I can use my backhand from there. So I mean, boom, I'm jamming in and coming in and hitting. All right, when Josh gives me a right punch, I'm jamming here. Okay, now this would be the stopping point, but now he can come at me with a left punch, boom, and a right punch, and I can sit here and catch all these things, right? Not really. There's people, they're coming at us, just full blast, going to take our head off. They're coming after us, bite our nose off. I'm not going to be able to stand there and give them all the space. In Silat, one of the things we say is Pukul Terus Tidak Kembali, which means onward with our goals, never to fall back upon. And what that really means, that's a metaphor for life, but in fighting is wherever you're standing in my spot. One of my students came up with a line called walking the man. Once we engage, this gets simpler and simpler. I'm going to do it very structured at first, then I'm going to show you, quote, walking the man and explain to you why it works. So when Josh gives me a right punch, no, I'm not going to be over here. If he gives me a left punch, no, he's got feet, he can kick me, he can come at me, roundhouse me, whatever he wants to do from here. I don't like all this space. Space is a killer, and for those of you that are grapplers, you know exactly what I mean. I want to take their space, move in and jam them. Then we attach ourselves to them. Once we attach, we're listening to our opponent's intent. If you've seen other videos of mine, you hear this a lot. The idea is, I'm not going to come up with brand new ideas nobody's ever thought of. My art, the art that my staff and I work on, it's evolving, it's an evolution. Every once in a while we come up with a mutation, which is a leap. But generally speaking, with the words that sound the same now as they did, let's say, 2 to 5 years ago, but the meanings are richer and deeper and broader. So you must take that into account. All right, as Josh gives me a right punch, I'm jamming into him right here. Then I can clear, and look at his weak points right from here. We've got Lonka Lima, we got the weak point behind him, which is here, and we have a weak point in front of him here. Wherever you're standing, you have 2 weak points and 2 power points, which we explained in great detail in volume 1, but in case you've forgotten or haven't seen it. As he punches me, I'm not just going to stand back here. I'm going to support and jam, because I know he's going to retract that. So I'm just retracting back to where he wants to go. Now I can manipulate and push him away, and now he's going to go to the ground here. Boom. That all happens because of his weak points that were exposed. Okay? He punches. Jam, I'm coming in. Now, I can just twist him and drop him in a different manner. Instead of falling on his back, I dropped him on the face. Well, how do I know I'm doing that? Because I understand upper, lower art, inside, outside line. And if I'm a cop and I want him in cuffs, where do you want him, on his back or on his face? So those are some options you can understand in your conceptual analysis, and then later in your practical application is when you can utilize that to your advantage. Let me show you those 2 again. When he's punching me, I'm jamming in here. On the figure 4, I'm coming back and hitting right into his bend of his arm. Other side, please. Right punch. I'm jamming in and hitting. Now, from here, as I pull this back, I'm jamming this forward here. And I'm coming really with an elbow strike. Right punch. Jam, hit, here, down we go. He's on his back, like we did before. He punches, just hit his own face with this. Hit him right around, come right around into a lock. Now, if you're a handcuffer guy, put pressure on the shoulder, give me your left arm, give me your left arm. Here's your cuffing situation. You can step on this, hold, grab your cuffs and go. Right punch, jam here. The other one, right from here, I'm going to pull and dump right here, boom, and he twists right around, boom, same thing, you press, okay? Give me your right arm, give me your right arm. Here we go, around to this position. You can cuff from here. Okay, Josh gives me a right punch. I'm crashing in on center. You can go right in and elbow off of this. Now I've got my lower arm attack, okay? From here, all I have to do is boom, it's just flip him down and I'm out of here. Now I utilize his weak point in his stance, and I manipulated the upper and lower arm. Now why would I do such a thing? Well, because I want to get the hell out of here, and I don't want to wrestle with him, I don't want to fight with him, and there's more people coming, whatever the situation. He punches me. I'm crashing on center here. I trapped. Now from here, boom, you can just dump him, and I'm going to turn and run. Okay? Right punch. Right from here, I crash. I'm going to stretch him out. Okay? He punches again. I'm going to come right in and elbow right over the top of it. Now, look where he is. I'm going to step and take him right down to the ground, right to here, and ride him to the ground and go from there. One of the aspects of these DVDs, the concepts I'd really like you to embrace, is the notion of reducing complexity. I've expressed it several different ways on volume 1. Here and right now, I'm finding tools, for instance, the brush grab strike sequence that we did in volume 1, and right now in this beginning of this DVD, is the supported bong sao. I want a tool that will do many, many different jobs as opposed to having many different tools. This confuses the motor skills and or the muscle memory. Too much data, too much complexity. So the idea of reducing complexity doesn't mean not doing very effective, hybrid, innovative movements. It's finding those that will work for several different things. Now what I've been showing you with Josh is the supported bong sao and how the evolution of it. Now I'm going to use that same supported bong sao here. I could move in. I'm here and I'm going to drive forward. I could come back. I could come back here. And frankly, I could sprawl with it. With my partner, Alex, we're going to talk about now an attack coming from straight ahead, which I did with Josh, which is a right punch or a left punch. And now I'm going to do the same counter to it, but it's not going to be a punch at all. Alex and I are going to go on a slightly different angle here. And as he comes in, let's say he's just going to tackle me. He's a football player type, and he's coming in to tackle me. I'm going to support my bong sao here, and I drop my right foot back into a powerful stance with my strength points of my stance at him, and I'm jamming into him. Using the bong sao to counter a tackle or a wrestler's shoot, in my opinion, is extremely effective. It's one of the most effective counters that I have and or I know of. Again, the seamless transitional integration, it's a bong sao, slightly modified, fused with the supported attitude of Pencak Silat Sarak, used in a wrestling or MMA environment. So we still have our traditional roots. This, in my opinion, if the MMA guys would use this, it'd be extremely effective in some aspects of cage and or ring fighting. Now I'm going to do it on Alex, but I'm going to do it really slow. We do a lot of wooden dummy training. It's really the art and science of Mukjong. So my forearms, ulna bones, are frankly desensitized to pain, and they've been hardened through, well, 30 years of wooden dummy training or whatever it's been. All that being said is I'm only going to show this slow on Alex. The only way I could do it fast if he had protective gear and a neck brace and or a real strong neck. So be careful anytime you're attacking the neck area. Slow motion. Let's say he's tackling me, he's taking me off by surprise, run and hug me. He just comes in, I'm in trouble. Here we go, I'm going to the ground. Well, now when that happens, I'm going to set my rear foot and jam right in there, jam into him and explode with the supported bong. Now we'll turn to the camera a little bit and you'll see how that fits right into his collarbone jaw area. It's just a natural, beautiful fit. I call that a concussive aggression, where it's a shocking, explosive, I'm giving everything. In maybe Bagua, it's more what they call Fajing, in some different aspects of utilizing energy, internal into an outward expression or explosion. That's what I'm doing. So I'm actually tapping in now on some esoteric arts from China, but that's a whole nother DVD and a whole nother story. That being said, as Alex comes at me, boom, I'm jamming right into him here. At that point, I can follow up, step in, utilize the points, and go back to the regular footwork patterns that we used from the Pencak Silat Sarak. Okay, now, I'm driving straight ahead. I don't know where he's going to go. His head to the right, head to the left. I'm just driving straight in my center with the supported powerful base, shoulder square, concussive energy, Fajing type of expression or expulsion of energy, chi, and physicality right into their center, the center line coming from the Wing Chun, once again drawing from our classical roots. I have to be very careful. I'm going into center regardless of where his head is. If his head goes to the right, let's do it slow please, then I'm still supporting, and you notice he's eating an elbow and a forearm, and then I'm fitting right into the crux of his neck. From the other side please, Alex moves at me slow motion, his head's to his right, I'm jamming here. You can see how he's eating the elbow, and then I'm coming in. This is all a power strike to the neck, the carotid artery, the collarbone, and so on. Let's say he comes in straight ahead, then fine, his head's gonna eat it, boom, and I can come right off that and eat it. he's going to eat it. So when they're attacking straight at me high like a tackle, I'm just jamming. His head's to the right, his head's to the left, or it's straight on. I don't care. Now, if it can work high, it can work medium, it can be low. He's going around the waist for a two-leg, whatever. Boom! I'm jamming right here. Boom! Here comes that knee. Here comes that whole line. I'm going to go in off of that. Everything is connected. His head's to the right. Doesn't matter. I'm driving here. His head's straight on. Same thing. I'm setting back each time. It's the same approach. Now, if he shoots for an ankle pick, and that's going to happen, I'm not going to demonstrate because I'd have to jam and smash into him, but essentially I'm doing a sprawl, slow motion, and I'm shooting back like that with all my weight and energy driving into him. Looks kind of corny. You won't think it's corny when you try it. When we're reducing complexity, though it may, when we're demonstrating it in specific attack alignments, angles of attack. But really, the whole idea of seamless transitional integration would be a joke if these were all line-specific techniques. What I mean by all that is a supported bong only good for a right straight punch. Boom. Well, no, it's not, because we've already stated that it can be used for a wrestler shoot or perhaps a tackle. What if he throws a hook? Am I going to come over here and try to block it? The answer is absolutely not. All of my energy, my perspective, where you're standing in my spot. I'm going to drive against you with an angulation and an anatomical structure here, that superior alignment. It's very powerful, but I think that superior technique needs to be embraced with the notion of superior attitude. My attitude is I'm coming after you and I'm taking everything out. I don't like you or anybody you've ever loved. That's the attitude you have to have. With all that attitude, this is all just kind of fun and games. Now, what I mean is when I showed with Alex, when he tackled, if he tackled high, I don't care where his head is either side, medium or low, it doesn't matter because I'm going down center. Well, in a seamless transitional integration or conceptual analysis practical application, or in reducing complexity, my development of motor skills and or muscle memory and the innovation and applicability of these techniques, I can't make adjustments in a flash of a moment under a duress. All that being said is, Josh throws a right straight punch, I'm jamming into him and taking his space. What if he throws a left straight punch? I'm jamming into him and taking his space. Is it going to work identical? No. Is it going to work? I think so. What if he throws a right hook? Boop! I'm jamming right into his center. Notice I kind of grind my teeth there. That's the immediate response I have. It's that superior attitude training that must be included in your physical aspect training. He throws a hook. As it's coming around, I'm moving into center. He might catch me, but remember, I'm not really here. I'm back here about 2 feet because I'm charging through this person. He throws a right hook. I'm jamming in center. He throws a left hook. I'm jamming in center. He throws a right or left punch, I'm jamming in center. He tackles me anywhere he wants, I'm jamming in center. Now we've got something that works. Continuing with the seamless transitional integration, we're now going to go use the supported bong sao with a weapon, and we're going to use a training blade. It's not sharp at all, and we're going to do this very slow. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a traditional movement from Wing Chun Kung Fu, add the supported attitude of Penjak Silat Sarak, my interpretation of it, and now we're going to add a blade. And what this adds up to is your opponent's dead. This you should take very, very serious. This is lethal type of movement. It's reducing complexity. It's utilizing upper, lower art, everything that we've talked about. So if I have a supported bong sao here, well, maybe I'm just going to go ahead and support it, use the bong as the support for the blade, and I'm coming in like this. I'm telling you right here, right now, if you're serious about self-defense, if it's legal to carry a knife in your county or state, wherever you are, pay attention to this. This may save your life. This is so lethal and dangerous. I'm going to show you slow motion with the training blade, but then I'm actually going to go to the rubber blade because I don't want to hurt Josh. So I'm here. He could be attacking me with a knife, a stick. There could be multiple opponents. I just like showing it for the punch. It's easy teaching tool and or model. What I did with empty hand, he punches me, I'm jamming right into him. Same thing. My footwork's going to change a little bit back to what we call walking the man. I'm just going to keep walking. Come here, please. As he punches me, I jam into him here and just keep walking him down. Imagine this. He attacks me. He's running right into the sharpness of the blade. I still have the bong saw for my blocking application. Now I'm supporting the blade instead of supporting the block. I've changed it because the blade becomes the most effectual part of this application. So I'm driving and coming into him, and like we've already figured out, he's going to retract. And look at his body positioning from here. Boom, he can go or not, okay? When he comes at me, I'm coming right at him. I can pick him up and take his knee tendons right out of that. He comes at me and punches. I'm going to come in here and cut, come right around and drop him and take, well, in some cases, the better part of him and sever it. I've switched to the rubber training tape. Like I say, this is so severe. You want to protect your training partners so they'll come back to train again. As Josh punches me quick, boom, it's already happened. I've trapped his foot. This thing's over. Come at me hard and fast. Boom, it's already happened. Right from here, you got him. You just take whatever you want from here. Now look at our body position. Now I'm on his foot. His weak point's behind him. But I'm going to keep his foot trapped, drop, boom. He comes right around behind me. Just using the triangle in a whole different way. He wants to throw a hook. Throw the hook. I've got him right in his neck. Stepped on his foot, and I'm taking him down. He wants to charge. He's going to tackle me. Fine. He just got cut right in the neck, and then it's over. Slow motion from this side. If his head's to his left and he drives, bang, I'm cutting right through him, and then just continue through it off that line. Just take those tendons and those limbs and defang them. If he throws a left hook, fine, I don't care. I'm just driving in, ducking, and taking him out. Other side, please. This goes on and on. Now, just like in the brush grab strike from volume 1, if you haven't seen it, check it out. What if I pick up the knife like this? Okay, same thing. He punches straight ahead. This is supported blade right through. Here we go again. Set and cut him out. I'm taking the supported blade and I'm walking right for him and coming after him. We started off like this. It's like, oh, here it comes, and you're going through them. Fine. Now you're just driving right through him here and supporting. He tackles. Fine. Crash. Supported blade right into him. Fit in the crux of the neck. Boom! You're cutting right off. Here comes the knee right into it as if you need it. What if I have it like this and he punches and I want to come back and do a whole different way? Now I'm here utilizing this stretch. There's a hyperextension of the elbow. Remember the footwork pattern. Remember the lonca lima. Remember this? Cut and drop him down. So you've cut him out. You shredded his arms and his tendons, and then you dump him like the dead meat he is. He gives me a right punch. I'm jamming into him. Hook. Fine. I come right down to the figure 4. Here we go again. Now I've got his wrist here. I don't think he's going to want to be punching me. We don't have to go through that. Now, if you resist, go ahead, he climbs towards me, just stick this right into him and end the fight. Now, I would sprawl with my feet and impale his neck with the blade. Hope I'm not beating this to death to you, but this is meant to teach you, help you grow and become and reduce that complexity, even though we are adding a lot of new terms. The conceptual lensing I've spoken of, at least in volume 1, these are the eyes I look through all movement with. Now, you can do brush, grab, strike, which we showed, volume 1, and now we did the bong sao here in this DVD. Can you combine the two? Well, absolutely. First of all, if Josh just gives me, let's review, right punch, I'm going brush, grab, strike here. What if he gives me a punch, punch? Brush, grab, strike. Oh, there's the bong la backhand. There's your whole line. Then you can go from there and pooter him off of that or whatever you want to do. Right punch, left punch. Boom, there's my bong. There's an elbow strike. There's your figure 4. He passes me. Fine, cool. I'll take him on his weak point and go to the other side. What we're doing is we're mixing and matching. He gives me a left punch. Boom, gives me another punch. Boom, there's another bong out of that. I'm going to come into it. Look at his position. He's going down. Upper, lower art, inside, outside line, combining brush, grab, strike, and bong la backhand or bong sao together. Can you do it with blade? You bet. Can you do it with stick? Yes, you can. I'm going to move on to new material. I think you've seen enough to challenge yourself now to innovate that on yourself. We're going to switch gears here on this DVD, and we're going to now show you some of our training methods. Certainly understand that the blade and stick application is more reality-based martial arts. We've already explained that some of the applications we've shown you could be conducive to MMA training or application. And absolutely, we've stated that everything is a derivative of classical martial arts systems. Now we're going to move into more of the MMA stuff, or we feel that fighters could utilize for stand-up and some ground application. Now, I've shown this in some videos before. If you've seen it, we're going to give you some new wrinkles to it. And if you haven't seen it, then this will be very good information for you. What I'm talking about is the supported elbow frame. Okay? First of all, I'm just going to demonstrate it on Addy, and then I'm going to explain it to you. Okay? Right from here, in a fighting position. This is about surviving the big bomb. We're going to start slow and coming in and hit. Okay? Right here. It's coming in and boom. Okay? Let's do it again. Coming in and hit. All right. Now, the idea here is you're caught. You're caught, you've been surprised. You're in a bar, I don't care where you are, somebody grabs an ashtray and they decide they're going to smash it on your face or whatever. Well, one of the things you want to be able to do in your training, especially reality-based perspective, is you want to tap into instinct. Okay? When I say move, I want Addy to tap into just ducking. Boof! There it is. Watch Addy's motion. Everybody says heads. You're playing golf. Everybody says 4. Somebody throws something at, what do? Boof! You duck. And what we're doing is we're ducking using what we call a supported elbow frame, which I've stated. Now I'm going to hit her hard. I weigh 225. I bench around 400. I weigh over 100 pounds than Addy. And you decide if she can take it or not. Here I go. She can take that. What's really not happening is we're not showing what I have to take. Now, let me explain the supported elbow. Addy, please. Go ahead and get in it. She's creating a frame here. It's another triangle. She's supporting her head, okay? Elbows pointed straight ahead. You never want it up above, horizontal. You can get jacked, and I may not get around to showing you that. This elbow point's a weapon. If she turns around, she's putting her thumb in the crease of the bend of her arm. So if I pull on it, she's got a handle there. She's using her fingers as part of the frame here. I try to jam her. Be strong, because I'm coming after you. Now, this is the support all the way here. This is the supported elbow frame. So what I'd be doing is she's standing there in a fight position. We're going to show it from fighting in a moment. But right now, I just grab an ashtray and I'm going to smash it. She's coming in and jamming into my brachial complex here. This is going to be very painful. Is that your total intent? Absolutely not. Your intent is to survive the big bomb. Somebody grabbing you. Somebody's, I take this and smash you in the face with it. Okay? That's what's happening. You duck and just move. Now, and then once you're inside, you can move from there. Now we're going to show you a little bit about supported elbow frame and the aspects of your base that are essential for MMA or street fighting. With my partner Addy, we're going to run through a few basic fundamentals of boxing. And one of the points I'm going to make is about your base, sometimes your stance. What's very important in our curriculum is that your base and or your stance must have three major components. One is stability, the other is mobility, and of course, adaptability. Let me show you. Nice. Let's go, hit me. Boom, pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Uppercut hook. Boom. Nice job, Ed. Let's do it. Add the uppercut hook. All right, utilizing the supported elbow frame, let me show you all about stability. Addy's going to take the big bump. That's stability. Mobility. She certainly is capable of just adjusting with her footwork, getting out of range. And now, adaptability. So then, you combine the two, they intermix. For your base understanding and the base of your stance, stability, mobility, and adaptability. Continuing our line of thinking over conceptual analysis and practical application and the seamless transitional integration, the supported elbow actually came to me from Juru 5 of Tongkat Silat and Juru 5 of Tongkat Sarak. What this is very traditional Indonesian martial arts systems, but what I've done is I've modified it to find a way to utilize a simple tool, as Addy just demonstrated, to support a big bomb that could be instinctual and effective in a street fight surprise, tapping into instinct. She also showed how it could be used in the MMA and or boxing situation with gloves on. Now, changing the angle a little bit, this is also reality-based martial arts. This could be used for a gun from the side. So Josh, you're standing there, here's a gun to the side. Now, when I move, I want you to clap your hands. Oh, too late, boom. I'm right down to it. We're back into the same figure fours, okay? Now, I'm gonna slap him with his own gun in the face, possibly disarming it, coming right around to here, boom, stepping down and taking him down from there. In slow motion. By the way, this is a training pistol. We do not use live guns, but it's a gun here. I'm just coming right into here with the supported. Coming right here and snapping the arm. That's probably the disarm. I'm shooting him with his own gun and taking into a figure four, plus the wrist lock. This is a disarm right there. From that point, I can come around to here and move in to a variety of aspects. Same thing, it works from behind. Boop. You can do a whole different thing. He's going to shoot me with that thing. I'm going to take it away from him. Now I'm going to knee him here, step and blow out that leg, pooter him around, and smash him in the face. Once again, the versatility. Is the gun in his right hand? Is it in his left hand? Am I inside, outside line? Here's the line, crack. Now I'm going to pop his arm, and I'm going to disarm him by breaking his elbow. Now I've got leverage here. Then I can go right into an elbow strike. Then into a standing guillotine. Then into a rip here. Knee, we're going to the ground. Drop, smash, smash, smash. Versatility of the supported elbow frame. With Josh, I'm going to add a little twist to our supported elbow training regime. All right? showed you with Addy that you're surviving the big bomb. You're kind of staying outside here with that supported elbow frame. Okay? Boom. All right, I'm coming in here. Same thing. I can hit him. Pretty solid. And in fact, it wouldn't even be like that because I'd be aiming for his head, and really his head's behind the punch. What I want Josh to do is move in on me. He's going to strike into what we call the brachial complex and all of a sudden smash right into here. Now what I'm going to do for you, for those of you, for your training partner, is you're going to take your focus mitt, hit him with the big bomb here, and turn this over, and this is your line of attack. So now not only are they surviving the big bomb, they're inflicting pain on you and or the opponent. Okay, we'll start slow, watch our timing, right into here, and bing. Okay, good. Watch the impact of my head. And remember, this is an elbow point. There's also something that gets lost in translation sometimes in MMA type training and reality-based training, is that I don't know that he's going to do that. I'm just some cocky guy's going to hit him, and he's surprising me, moving inside the radius of my strike and attacking me. So I went from thinking I'm going to hit him and take this punk out to have him A, not be there. I'm running into a wall that's attacking me. So you must keep that in mind. Be careful when you do this. Start slow. It still hurts with the pads. Okay, from here. Okay, certainly, could you do that both sides? Yes, same thing, same stance. I'm coming in, he can attack both sides with that. I'll throw a few left hooks. Comes right into the same seam from here. It works both sides either way. Now, he's taking me by surprise. He's jammed in. I'm telling you, you get 25 reps, both sides. Both people do 3 rounds of that. It's going to start feeling good. Feeling good is your muscle memory is going to take over. Your motor skills are being developed. You're tapping into instinct. And we're reducing complexity all simultaneously. That's the point of these DVDs. Now, here we go. As I hit him slow, I'm going to come in. He's attacking. Now he's going to grab onto my neck for a Muay Thai type tie-up. So I'm just adjusting my pads here as he knees me and throws it away. So now you're adding a little more spice to the drill. Okay, from here. Nice job. Sweet. Again, you get some rounds of that going. Can it work both sides? Absolutely. Watching Josh accept and or receive that pretty big swing of mine, jamming in, grabbing knee. Definitely MMA oriented. If any of you are out there training in mixed martial arts, give it a shot. I think you're going to like it. Now I'm going to demonstrate a little slower, just in addition to that. Okay, Josh throws, I'm here. He comes at me with the big bomb. I block and support attack. Wrap into him here. Similar to what Josh is doing, but I'm going to do it slow so you get it. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to step on his foot, adjust my body, and twist my upper arms to put him on his weak point. Now we're back to that Lonka Lima thing, and boom, that's when you blow out that base leg. Sorry about that. Other side, hit me hard, please. Okay, so from here, boom, that's a grab here. That's a knee, and a knee. I'm going to step, twist him, and blow that mother out. Okay? Also from there, when I'm here and I step and I twist, I can just stomp on that leg. Okay? Or from here, crank his head this way, and then come in and blow that knee, and then drop back to the other side, and go ahead and block. Sweep him out, but I'm not going to do it because there's no mat. One more time. I'm hitting, wrapping. 1, 2, 3, step, twist, and blow that sucker out. That should end his lower arc. Let's take a look at some new applications, slight modifications of the supported elbow frame. We're going to be combining a few arts here. When we were doing brush, grab, strike in this position. Now I'm going to support that strike here. It's a concussive strike. My area of attack is in here. Turn around, please, Josh. I want to smash either the collarbone, take the jaw, carotid artery, the ear, the temple, the orbital lobe, right here on the side of the neck. You can't really train to learn how to protect those areas. It's all coming at once. It's very explosive. So don't move, Josh. Turn your head slightly to. I'm exhaling and I'm exploding. I'm hitting anywhere from my little knuckle, the point here on my wrist, and all of my ulna bone. I am coming up here and hitting. If his right foot's forward, let me explain something here. If his right foot's forward, his strength points are to me, are here and here. His weak points are to the side. What I'm doing is, as I hit into here and stay here, because his left foot is supporting his neck, he's going to get full impact potential on the collarbone, carotid artery, neck area. Very devastating strike. You'll probably knock him out, okay? What I'm doing on that. So what's happening is, as he gives me a big swing, I'm going to block from here and drive right into there. It looks like this. I'm going to block and hit right here. Watch from the side. I'm going to block and attack. My hand loads and I support into there, okay? Then we're going to create a scissors effect, not dissimilar to Solum Tao from Wing Chun. Once again, tapping into the classical lines. Slow motion. Josh, give me the big bomb. I'm moving inside his attack radius. My strength and my stance is forward. This is kind of a review. It's kind of an overview. Even though I'm teaching you something new, I'm extracting all the essential elements we've been talking about the last 2 DVDs. Getting inside, I'm attacking, coming into here. This knocks him back. I open a little space. This hand follows my own contour, and I'm going to explode here, and then boom, I'm going to knock him back and support it. Now watch my left hand. I'm going to come right through to here. Notice I'm trapping and controlling with my left thigh. This was a shear across his throat. If he hasn't fallen, I'm pulling him back, and I'm coming with an elbow right to there, or you could break his sternum. We got to be careful on this one. This is more of your reality based. So you can see how we jump around. I don't believe you can attack the neck like that in MMA rules, but you know, I'm not sure. He hits me pretty hard. Boom, back. I've already exploded right through him. Now I'm moving forward. I grind my teeth again, sorry. Not driving through. At one point when this hits and that goes through, at one point I'm actually right there. It's a very brief, it's like a nanosecond. It's like if you pitch a baseball and the batter hits it, at one point the ball stopped. It would have to be one in the same sense. From those two things hitting here and coming through, at one point you've got pressure on both carotid arteries going in as you're jamming in, affecting blood pressure in the brain, and they're probably going to go out. But this is like just a tumbling boulder. It's a concept I haven't mentioned yet in this DVD. I don't hope, I don't think, I don't wish. I understand. I mean, memories are for people who don't understand. And to reduce complexity, you have to find drills that you can learn through feel and touch in simplistic application. I don't have to remember what I'm doing. My body's just tumbling forward like a boulder off the side of a cliff. It doesn't think or care. It's just moving based on physics. That's kind of what we're trying to do here. All right, that being said, fairly slow. Be careful when you train this. He comes in, boom, I've smashed into him. I'm just jamming, I'm rocking back. I'm exploding because I'm tightening my abdominal like a key. I'm driving him back. I'm shearing through him here, and now I'm going to drive my elbow right through him. Let's do a few reps. So bang, bang, bang into here, and then you can just punch him if you feel like that. You don't have the range. From the other side, go ahead, please. Bang, bang, hit. Sorry. Comes through here, smash him right to there. Or just drive right through and go on to his weak point, right to here. I can wrap. Now I've got a wrap on this guy and a throat strike and a headbutt. I could be here and I'm going to rip his collarbone Because once you have that collarbone, I'm going to pull on it, and I'm going to headbutt. So the headbutt's going to separate his collarbone as I rip against it. Okay, another way to get to there is I'm just going to block here and then wrap immediately. He tries to push up and away. He can't because of the support. I have too much strength. And of course, boom, you can attack that lower arm again. You can step on it again, blow out their knee again. It's all the same stuff we've been doing for the last 2 DVDs. We're going to tap into some of our Wing Chun training right now. And it's also referred to as the straight blast. It's straight punches. Josh, do some straight punches in the air, please. This is basically how we do them. From our center line right here, Josh does about 7 punches a second. If you're not familiar with straight punches, it's something I think you should add to your training. When he does a punch here, his arm's slightly bent. We're using this as a weapon, but we're also utilizing the ulna bone. And we're going to talk about this a little bit, but we're going to tie in a few of our training drills here. So you'll see exactly what I mean. One of the training drills is we like to count to 3, 5, 7, 9, and we usually go up to like 25. But right now, we're just going to do a few. And let me show you what I mean. Slow motion. Training pad, got my same base here. I'm holding. Josh is going to go 1, 2, and kind of a C-lot or angle 1. Muay Thai type of elbow. From here, 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go to 5. So the elbow is striking on 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on up to 25. Then we switch rolls, and then we do both sides, and then we do a couple rounds of them. And we do that like once a week as part of our reducing complexity. But we have motor skills that are designed for street application and MMA application as well, and they're all derivations of classical perspective. Okay, we'll just do a few here. Ready? Okay, 3, 5, 7, 9. Exactly. Good job. And the counter, you keep them on task. If they miss the count, that's fine, because it is a part of footwork, stance, breathing, intensity, and focus. Okay? So that's something we'll like to do. Now, we'll add the supported frame to it. So I'm here, slow motion, I hit, and then 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go to 5. Hit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right into here. Okay, 7, and so on. And we'll do rounds, like I say, up to 25. Great training. You're getting your cardio, working your core, and you're taking basic motions and making them extremely effective. Then you just get somewhat cute and or innovative with what you've already put together. Now, we'll go to 3, and we're going to go hit. 1, 2, 3, tie up. 1, 2, 3. I take my glasses off. Let's do that slow one more time. I hit him. Boom. Punch, punch, elbow, tie. 1, 2, 3. Now with a little bit of energy. Let's go to 5. That was excellent. And so on. And now you can build the knees up to 25, or the punches up to 25, and any variable you'd like. That's an excellent training drill for you. Well, this concludes our Volume 2 DVD. Remember, the whole concept that we're trying to get across is reducing complexity, conceptual analysis, and practical application. Look into your training, or if you haven't joined a school or you're thinking of rejoining a martial arts school, go visit, make sure your needs are going to be met. Are you seeing a bunch of garbage that won't be used on the street or wouldn't be used in a reality-based situation? Or if you're an MMA trainer, there's no point in doing classical martial arts. You want everything to be a seamless transitional integration from empty hand to blade to stick, different ranges from stand-up to down, being down on the ground, from art to art. When in doubt, train hard. If you want some more information about Key Fighting Concepts, myself, Addie, or our staff, go to keyfightingconcepts.com. That's kifightingconcepts.com. keyfightingconcepts.com. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the DVD.